This Boss Cowboy, definitely coming back because I've been getting a lot of requests about talking about the Kyler Murray difference of treatment that he's receiving than Dak Prescott. I've been overwhelming. A lot of people have been in my DMs and inbox, so I decided I'm gonna talk about it because it's a lot of outrage. I think some of the fans are starting to wake up and learn that we're going to be treated different just because of the sheer size and popularity of the Dallas Cowboys. And that just kind of goes with the territory. So I was looking at a tweet from my boy Ron, and he said 46 million a year, all on just potential. This is a fire tweet. He said, one, no playoff wins. Two, no 4K season. Three, no divisional wins. Four, multiple injuries. Five, poor leadership. But y'all mad at Dak because he making 40 million? Fire tweet by Ron. And yeah, and that's the facts. And listen, he been rewarded because this tweet got 2,056 likes as of now and 475 reshares. So that obviously registered as it should, because there's a massive difference in how Dak is going to be discussed, how Dak is going to be treated. Frankly, everybody, because you're not going to hear, oh, Murray's not worth that money because he doesn't carry a team. Like a stupid standard that was only created to knock Dak. Like no quarterback carries a team. That's one of the dumbest statements in the world, but it became popular to hate on Dak. And it's just the reality of what it is. And the other reality is that we're going to be treated like this unfairly because what we got to realize is that there's a big hate market for the Dallas Cowboys. And journalism is not what it used to be. Journalism used to be about getting a story and reporting the facts of the story. It's about profit now. And they are going to cater to the Dallas hater market, which is massive. So what we got to realize, if the Dallas Cowboy fans are this big, the hater market is this big. And they not gonna just cater to the big size of the Dallas market. They're gonna cater to the epic hater market. And that's just the facts that we deal with. So when you look up and you see something like Micah Parsons ranked so low on Madden, you got to understand it's about profit. It's about catering to the hater market. Or when you hear about phantom stats like Diggs getting caught on for 1,000 yards, which is crazy. Like, and when you really look into the details, you find out that they really judge yardage on a particular player by who was nearest that player at the point of a catch. That had nothing to do with the defense that was playing, if that guy was assigned to a particular player, or if they was in a zone coverage. If you was near a catch, even if it wasn't your responsibility, they assign it to you. And they take that type of junk science and they build a whole narrative to discredit a crazy great year in interceptions and turnovers. To the point they still don't have him properly ranked because they are assigning to Diggs the phantom yards. It's just what it is. So when Dak was on pace, for instance, just keeping it real, when Dak was on pace before he got injured, he was on pace to have 6,600 yards. He was going to slaughter the overall record in yards for a quarterback. But when it's another quarterback, they'll say, oh, look how good he is. Just look at his yards. You go listen at some of these Philly people talking about Hurts. They'll be like, well, I think he's going to do 4,000 yards. So, like, when other quarterbacks have yardage success, they just give it to him. When Dak has yardage success, they call it garbage time. Yeah, because they're catering to the hater market, not the fans, the hater market. And the problem is, our fans sometimes get wrapped up with the narratives that come from the hater market. That big, the Texans that hate us, the Philly fans that hate us, the Giant fans that hate us, people that's not even close to our division that just hate us, the Panthers that just hate us. It's just what it is. So when you see a tweet like my boy Ron from Cowboy Fans Talk going viral, it's because it's registered, and it's because it's true, and people starting to finally catch up to it. And then obviously at Boss Cowboy Sports, we've done a lot of work on this, to where literally my first article that I ever wrote was why Dak Prescott was go break the bank, because this 46 million average per year by Murray is worse when you look at what Dak should have been signed for. See, Dak was mistreated by his own franchise. If we go be honest, Dak was greatly mistreated. Dak should have been paid in 2018, and he should have been paid right after the Rams lost, like immediately, because he checked off all the boxes. They were saying, well, we got to see what he does with Amari Cooper, or we got to see if he's a franchise quarterback, because we don't really quite know, because that rookie year could have been a fluke. So then they get Amari Cooper, and he has no offseason with Amari Cooper in 2018. And Amari Cooper and Dak are number one in duo in terms of yardage with no offseason. Then on top of that, week 17, they go against the Giants, and they needed to play well to go into the playoffs with momentum. So they tied Dak hand behind his back, basically. They sat Tyron Smith. They set Fredericks. They set Zach Martin. And they set Zeke for the final game. Dak went out there and put up 366 yards and a game-winning throw to Cole Beasley with the Jordan leg stretch. Then beats Russell Wilson head up in the playoffs. The only reason we lost to the Rams is because we couldn't stop the run. Dak had a better game than Goff. But what did Dallas do? Did they reward him with a contract? No. They treated him like garbage. They said, we need you to prove it again. Even though you proved it. You answered all the questions. They said, we need to see what you're going to do with a number one. He showed it overwhelmingly. And they said, yeah, play out your fourth year. And tagged him. So what people don't realize is if they would have signed Dak in 2018, Dak would have been around 28 to 30 million at most. So which one would you rather have right now? 46 million or 28? Or even 40 million versus 28? Because we've been telling you on Boss Cowboy Sports that this is how the market works. Because the market just goes up, except from COVID. COVID was one of the only times that the market, the salary cap went down. But that's over now. Plus you had a television contract deals that are kicking in, which we warned was going to spike the market and go make 40 million, 28 million, and 35 million look like peanuts. We warned that was going to happen on this channel. And so we seeing it. So when you see Kyler Murray with $46 million and these new television contracts are inflating the revenues for the league, quarterbacks get a percentage of those revenues, and quarterbacks are judged based on percentage of revenues to the cap. That's just what it is. So, and we warned this was going to happen. But when it was Dak, when it was time for him to get paid, and he was around 28 million, he's not Russell Wilson. You shouldn't pay him Russell Wilson money. He not no Aaron Rodgers. He not no Mahomes. You notice no other quarterback goes through that? You ever notice that? You ever notice that when Carr got paid a market-setting contract, he didn't go through that? When Matthew Stafford at Detroit got paid a market-setting contract, he didn't go through that? When Kirk Cousins got 2 market-setting contracts, he didn't go through that? When Luck went through it, he didn't go through that? You know, I forgot. Wentz got paid a top market contract coming off a hurt back. Yeah, and Goff all set the market with their contracts. In year 3, Dak had to play through year 4 and a tag. So, and he was the good guy. He didn't unfollow Dallas. He didn't hold out. But I'm going to be honest with you, Dak should have, to be honest. Because if Dak would have held out, then Dallas would have paid him because good guys finished last in Dallas. Notice, and let's just be honest, notice the people who raised the funk got paid first. When Tank wanted to get his money, what did he say? I'm not having no surgery until y'all pay me. He was the first one to get paid. Then Zeke was like, that's how it works? Okay, well, I'm the Russian champ. I mean, nobody in the league had a better first 3 years than me. Cabo got paid. The two people that got paid last was the friendly guys, Cooper and Dak. And Cooper basically got sent out to the market where we could have lost him because the Commanders offered him a bigger deal. So good guys finished last in Dallas. That's just what it is. So, I mean, this is all around bad. Just, I mean, we got Dak signed now, and obviously happy we did, but Dak should have easily been a better deal even than what he is now. And then this channel has pointed out this fact that a lot of people don't talk about. This channel has pointed out that pretty much all our contracts are team friendly when you really think about it. Because if you look at it, we have the longest duration in contracts. So Cooper had a 6-year contract, which allows us to manipulate moving around money for different reasons and to free up space. Same thing obviously with Tyron Smith, same thing with Zach Martin, same thing with Zeke. Like all of these people got 6-year contracts. Most of their competitors get 4. And you got to understand why that's important, because you can only be young for so long. And if Dallas lock you up into a 6-year contract, you're giving away your youth. And you also don't get a chance to get back into the market when the total cap is rising, where you can get a higher salary. That's why, even though Tyron Smith has been one of the most consistently ranked tackles, he's now mid-range in terms of compensation because he signed a long-term contract with Dallas. So yeah, so when you look at this $46 million compared to Dak's 40, it's bad. And it's not gonna be treated like Dak. They go just do what they did with Cousins. They go do what they did with Carr. They go do what they did with Matthew Stafford. They go do what they did with Wentz. They go do what they did with Goff. They go just overlook it. They not gonna create these crazy standards like Murray's supposed to carry a team and none of that stuff. They go just move on to another Dallas slander hate thing to get ratings and to cater to the Dallas hater mob. And that's just what it is. So for those who want to get my thoughts on Dak treatment versus Murray, there it is. And it's also Dallas treatment versus the whole league. This is why you go see weird stuff like, even though McCaffrey being injury prone, he's consistently ranked over Dak. They go do stuff like that. Or they go take these new booty quarterbacks like Joe Burrow and Herbert, and they go rank them over Dak. And they go do stuff like that. That's what they go do. It's just go happen, and they go take people like Parsons, who obviously is the second coming of LT, and that's making, he's just showing so much freakish speed, but then they go say on Madden, we don't think he's that fast. Because it's catering to the hater market. So that's just what it is. Boss Cowboy Sports, man, we gonna keep it real. So y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel as we continue to give you this content and opinions on things that's happening with the Cowboys. We're getting ready for training camp. Obviously, we're making some new upgrades and new changes. Y'all stay up, man. It's Boss Cowboy Sports. Peace.